So I've had a couple requests as far as like, how do I increase my sales besides the fact of me being here every day or every Sunday. This is the market every Sunday from 9 until 1. And how I basically increase my sales, if you want to do a difference between a $100 day or a $300 day or a $500, $700 day, the difference is actually making it fresh on site. If you make it fresh on site and people see you make it, that's going to be the difference between probably 60 to 80% of sales. It's going to be the difference between a $300 day to a $500 to $700 day or a $1,000 day. Also, the one thing that I've also figured out too is the more people buy, the more flavors that you make. Also, the way you present your booth is really important to me as far as what is a good booth, as far as how it's presented. I'll show you a picture of the outside of my booth. So that way you want people to come to your booth. You don't want to set up your booth to where you have your stuff in the back. I don't know why people do it in the back. I kind of understand because you have the shade. But here this market's from 9 until 1, and the sun doesn't come out until about 1 o'clock, and then the market's already over with. So with that factoring in, if you have your stuff out, you can even have your stuff behind the table but still have it out to where people will want to come and see you with your product. I have all my products throughout the day out on the table. I have my kettle corn, my cotton candy, and my pork rinds. I diversify my product to where I do different flavors each week to get people coming. And I can do between a 4-hour market, 4 to 5 different flavors a day. And I organize them by section. And also, the other thing that I do is I offer samples. One of the things that, if you're going to have an issue with being, friendly or outgoing or want to talk to somebody and you didn't even know how to talk to somebody, offering samples is the best way to basically open the door to people to say hi to somebody. Like and also, number one is free. That's the first thing. And number two, it's a sample. So, I say, hey, come on, try a sample. And then also, if you explain the different flavors that you have, that's a great way to open the door for people to come and try your product. Now, I have these containers here. I offer a sample. Hey, come on, try a sample. I pour it out, and I explain what my product is. And the factor is that the more time that somebody's here and other people see that you're there and with a line, the more sales that you're going to get, as well as people seeing you making it fresh. So these are all different things that you can do, and also you can arrange your signage where people can say, oh, hey, if I buy more than one, then I get a discount. Or if I buy pork rinds with my popcorn, then at the end of the day, you're here with a $400 to $500 day easily. So at this point, the last thing I probably want to say is beyond the fact that you're popping it fresh, another thing that I've also learned is if you look busy and you make things throughout the week, like whether it be pork rinds or more flavors, the more people see you make different things. Oh, this guy's busy, he makes a good product. And the sampling will really help you increase your sales. And the last thing I'd probably say is your personality really does make a difference. So I try to, before every market, get a good night's sleep. I take a shower. I don't want to offend people besides the fact that I'm making popcorn. I try to dress professionally as much as I can. I also play some music, but I don't want to be monetized. I do things where you bring people in. And besides the fact that you're selling popcorn, if you're in sales, how you sell something is really important. To where you say hi to somebody, you say, good morning guys, how's it going? I'm actually really horrible at small talk. I have learned to do this out of force, and that's something that I don't even do. But when I'm here at the market, I've learned a lot of things. And hey, how's your weekend? What are you making today for your dinner today? I see you got some nice produce here. How do you make it? Or a lot of people watch sports. I don't know anything about sports. What's the game going on for this weekend? Here's some popcorn. So there's all these different things that you can talk about that help you increase your sales, and also remembering people's names and their customers and what they were from the previous week. Oh, how was your back from last week? Oh, it was great, and that's why I'm here to buy more. So I always try to engage myself to, even if I have that, against me, with the anxiety, I still try to sell myself, and that is a big difference between a good salesperson and a weak salesperson. You can actually experience this yourself. Go to a farmer's market when you're setting up a booth and go to someone and see how well they sell, and you can take notes and then use that for somebody else, for yourself. And that is basically what I do. You can see here, people aren't on their phones. They're not, standing it behind the back. Every booth here, they're in front to tell you what their product is and to get you to sell. And then after this, after a little while, it'll take time to build some sales. I've been doing this now for 6 years, so I just wanted to say for the people who are just starting out, don't give up. You are gonna have your. This is the last thing that I'll say, and then we'll cut it off. You are gonna have your $25 days. You are gonna have your $50 days. But the more you keep at it, the less and less of those days will happen. We also have to factor in the weather and that too as well. Sometimes you have the attendance. The other thing that you also have to factor in is that sometimes you have an event or a carnival next door, and you're going to get nobody. So there's all these different factors in as far as why you're going to have those sales. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to send me an email, and you can also consult me with how your booth looks. I really want to see what your problems are, and then to see what you guys can do to increase your sales. I grew one market when I did this before 13 years ago. I grew one market 128%. So I just know that besides whatever you're selling, it could be canned goods, it could be honey. Selling yourself is a big part of what you're selling. Anyways, guys, this is Kettle Corn at the market of Columbia, Maryland, from 9 to 1. Thanks again for following.